What up, world and universe? It's your boy Lando, Saint Lando 1. Kind of walking here in Taipei on like one of my final days here, at least for this trip. And man, I got some like crazy like ideas. Oh my god, yeah, my mic's on. Okay, thank goodness. As I was just like kind of walking here, wanted to share it with you. Man, it's kind of crazy. It's wild because I was having a conversation last night, and it made me realize that like for me being here in Taiwan and Japan for months at a time, it's kind of wild to think about it. Because sometimes you get lost in the sauce, or you don't like realize how important or a blessing that is. Because a lot of people just go to vacation and for like 2 weeks and then go back, and that's it. And you only get like one or two of those a year, which, I mean, it's great, don't get me wrong. It's very unfortunate sometimes. And that is part of, I guess, the whole illusion, or what the actual like Earth 3D dimension, whatever you want to call it, going on here. That was the whole system built around. So I will say, if you're in America, that's what happens. If you're in Europe, you get a little bit better chance at that. And it varies country and continent on like how much vacation time you get, which is a blessing for sure. Because yeah, it's really nice to. The other thing too is that something else clicked in as well. It do be loud though today. Though I realized something on a YouTube video as well, that a lot of people are in a frequency of being like in graffiti, in this city life going on here, where we got like cars, we got like skyscrapers, and this overall energy is very dense and heavy. And it's got like, it's so much more than that. It's got a lot of nuance to it. It's got like, how can I say this? It's got like a whole layers of frequency that are very heavy. So in the type of like, we got like scarcity, poverty. What else we got here? We got lack. What else we got? Like anger, sadness, grief. What else we got here? Guilt. That was the other one. Self-doubt, just a lot of that. And that's actually what the cities attract, which is, I couldn't figure out why. I don't really like the city a whole bunch, but after watching that YouTube video, that helped me out a lot. And that's why, like, a lot of people just get really frustrated. Everybody's pissed off in the cities, like, all the time. Everybody's stressed in the cities, and that's why. Is because, like, and that's the other thing too, is that human beings, even though we may not know it, we actually do sense energy, and that's why like a lot of people are just really angry and upset all the time in the cities, because they are actually like drawing the negative energies from the surrounding area and actually channeling that, like especially if you're from New York, you'll be like, "I am walking here," and then just like people in Boston, they got that weird accent about cussing people out. It's great. It's very unique and only to that area. But we got like every country's got like their nuance of angriness. It's always super interesting. But back to what I was talking about. So a lot of people that live in the cities are conditioned and can also sense a lot of the negative energy around them, and it flows through them, and it shows. It shows. A lot of that shows like in degeneracy, especially in the West, gambling, um, you name all the 7 deadly sins going on here. That's basically what the city life's all about. And the whole thing about the Matrix and the illusion about going to the city, yes, it's got everything you ever want, which is part of the reason why people are attracted to it. The other thing too is as well is that like the powers that be are forcing people to go into the city so they can like, how can I say this, like draw or suck up their energy, which for many people that may not click. What I mean is that they're forcing people to go into cities to draw their spiritual energy, which spiritual energy is really about money. So basically, like, we got people that live in these apartment complexes here that will literally drain your finances or your energy, but you need a place to live. So unfortunately, you have to sacrifice at your job to get enough money so you can live potentially in one of these. If not, you're going to be on the street over here. And on the street's actually even worse for a lot of people because, well, if you're on the street, I mean, that's part of the reason why, indirectly, why a lot of people would rather choose a high rent payment and being in their car versus being on the street. Yes, it's a little bit harder, but I will say it's actually the thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about this a whole lot is that the whole reason why people don't like going homeless is that you are susceptible to all the negative energies around in an area, and also people project and give homeless people like really like dark and heavy energy, but don't understand the circumstances because nobody talks to homeless people. And in some cases, like, I mean, that's part of the reason why homeless people drink a lot and smoke and just be quote unquote bums. But like, unfortunately, a lot of the homeless people are just, how can I say, like batteries to absorb all the negative energy around them. And that's part of the reason why they feel hopeless and just want alcohol to numb whatever pain that everybody keeps giving them and what energies are floating around here to get rid of it. And that's also why in Taipei they got this thing right here, is to get rid of bad energy from the store, which is fantastic, by the way. I mean, that's perfect timing. Though I will say not every country and place does something similar to that, especially now in this day and age. It's quite sad. But I mean, that's part of the reason why, like, people also too, whenever they get better jobs, better careers, like the people that used to be in their life, they kind of like fade away because it's really like an energy difference. Is that you got that one homie that made it out of the hood, but now he's on the advertising here. He's doing the big music videos. He's doing like all the deals that all the other homies wish that they could. But there's two things that could happen. One is that homie sold his soul literally to get there, or the homie did a lot of personal like work within inside them to change a lot of the negative perceptions about themselves and the people around them and the environment and society. There's like levels to this. I should actually make it like a whole chart. Maybe I'll do that right here, just whoop, up there. And yeah, maybe that's what I should start doing. Okay, but that's besides the point. And then that's why like some homies get the big mansions, they got the big villas, they get the castle. They they can also get like the life, the kids, you name basically what society is told like what successful people look like and what they should and should not have. Like basically that's it. Which is kind of wild. But on the flip side though, and that's also why like the rich people like kind of live like outside of this city here, because they've realized that one, living in the city sucks their energy away, their finances, but also like spiritually, because if you noticed, well, people that don't sell their souls to get money, is that they are like the most grounded people on earth. They're usually pretty happy, more loving and caring than a lot of the people that live in these apartments over here in these buildings. But think about that. And then like how many times do you actually see like some of these people like interact out here in these neighborhoods? Not many, not many. And that's probably because of the energy difference between them and what's going on around them. They may show up here for like a promo, for like donations or to look good on the press, because that's also like positive energy going their way that makes them look good. And that's part of the reason why like a lot of these charities are like the way that they are. But yeah, basically all that to say is that everything we do, see, touch, feel, is really just energy going around that on some level we can all sense and feel, but we don't have the words to describe these feelings or even know about these. Because like that's the thing though, is like a lot of people don't have the language, there we go, in whatever language that is, to describe whatever they're sensing. Because there's some people out there that can sense, like, see auras. Those people are cool. I've actually asked a couple of them, and they're like, yeah, yours is like blue, at the time it was like blue-greenish type. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But then they also told me, like, the people in the area that we were at the time are like, yeah, everybody else is like black, but very few people actually have color. And I was like, that's super interesting on a note on that. So that made me realize a lot of things, though I will probably get to that in another video on that. But all that to say is that everything you see, do, it's just five senses. There's so much more. There's actually like a whole nother meta level to this. But yeah, everything we do is energy. So remember that. Well, hopefully you learned some today. And if you like the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. Do what you gotta do. Maybe write some of this information down. Save this video. Whatever you gotta do. I love you, and I will give you a hug when I see you. Your boy Lando out on this one. Peace.